Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jasmine and we are going to do another masculine designed card that can be versatile and useful for a lot of different things. This I've kind of gone with a Father's Day idea in mind. So I'm starting out with two Concord 9th stamp sets. One is the triangle turnabout and the other one is fill-in phrases. So I've got a piece of 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 Bristol smooth cardstock. I've got that in my MISTI, and then I've treated it with a powder tool, which what this does is applies a really light film of powder that cuts down on static electricity, so your embossing powder doesn't stick where you don't want it. It only sticks to the ink. So I stamped that down in some Versamark, which is a clear sticky ink. And then I'm going to go in with some Nouveau black embossing powder. And this is just a plain black embossing powder. It does emboss shiny, but it's not glittery. Because again, we're doing this a masculine card, so you want to kind of stay away from glitter. Unless your dude is into that, that's okay too. So you're going to heat emboss that. And whenever you're heat embossing, you want to let your gun run for at least 30 seconds to warm it up. You're putting more heat on your paper for less time, which avoids warping. So on the back of the triangle turnabout stamp, it has a grid on there that shows you kind of what it should look like step by step. And I'm using a MISTI to help me kind of restamp if I need to, but it also helps you position the stamp where you need to. And the first color I'm going in with is Simon Says Stamp Dark Chocolate. And a lot of people have trouble with, they don't like it when their stamps stain. And when you get good quality photopolymer stamps like these are, they're going to stain. It's just one of the things you kind of have to get used to. So, don't worry too much about there being leftover ink on there. If you've cleaned it well, then you're kind of good to go. You don't need to worry about the stains coming off later. And I do recommend using some sort of stamp positioning tool. I'm using a MISTI for stamps like these, just in case you get spots that don't stamp properly. So I pointed those two triangles that are meet together. Right now they're in the upper right hand corner. And I've used those as kind of my positioning point. And you want to turn the stamp a 1/4 turn each time. So 90 degrees each time until you've stamped it 4 times. And you can use those once the stamps are stained. This actually kind of helps me out a little bit. Once the stamps are stained, you can see where they are easier. And you can see where you've stamped and where you want to stamp again, especially with these turnabout ones that you kind of need to see where it is so that you don't accidentally stamp where you don't want to. So the next color I'm going in with is a bright green. It's called Jalapeno. It's also by Lawn Fawn. Then I've cleaned that stamp and I'm switching it again. So it's another 1/4 turn. So even though it's stained brown, there's no ink on the stamp yet, but it does help you see where it's going to stamp. Third color is Carrot by Lawn Fawn. And I'm using just general masculine colors to this, but you could use whatever colors the guy you're sending it to likes. And if you only want to do 3 colors, then only stamp it 3 times. You still get a really cool look to it. so you don't have to do it 4 times if you don't want to. So here I'm showing you how I clean it. So I've got some Hero Arts Ultra Clean Cleaner and a microfiber cloth, and I got this in the cleaning section at Target. It was $4, really cheap. You can throw it in the wash, so you don't have to keep it moist or cut sections out of it. You can throw it in the wash whenever it gets too dirty, and it does not leave any lint or fibers around. And then I just have a scratch piece of paper to kind of stamp it down on to make sure I've gotten all the moisture off of it. So our 4th and final time we're going to stamp. There's the anchor point, and then I just use that to kind of fine tune the positioning. And again, having it stained shows me where it's going to stamp, so I can get it properly aligned. And the 4th color is, I think, Island Blue by Simon Says Stamp. One thing to be aware of when you're inking and stamping multiple times is sometimes you can get ink that it isn't quite dry. So if you have to do that, kind of let it sit and dry for, I don't know, 15 or 20 minutes before you move on to the next step, and that way you don't get any smearing. So I ran my panel through the Big Shot using an MFT Wonky Stitches die. And then I have an orange card base. It's Orange Peel by Simon Says Stamp is the cardstock. And then I've put some tape runner on the back and also some score tape. The tape runner helps you to position it and anchor it so that it doesn't shift when you're removing the score tape backing paper. Because score tape is the stickiest tape I've come across. It's permanent, and whatever, if you're sticking something to another thing, if you have to lift it off, whatever you're taking it off will get damaged. So the enamel dots I've used are from Doodlebug, and I've got different colors on there. So thanks for joining me today, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, and we will catch you guys next time. Have a great day. Bye-bye.